Welcome back. I hope you're looking forward to our next two activities. In this video we'll be making a Chinese lantern. What you'll need are some red paper or card, a little bit of glue, some glitter, a paintbrush and some scissors. I've got 2 pipe cleaners, got some glittery gold kind of strings, bits of paper there. A hole punch or something to punch a hole with, some sellotape or some double-sided tape. And the first thing you're going to need to do is put some glitter into the glue, as much as you like. I like to use gold, and give it a little stir with an old paintbrush. And then you are going to put as much or as little of this onto your red card, just in any direction you want, making any patterns. You can go from left to right, top to bottom. It's really up to you. And when you've decided that you've put enough on, we are going to leave that to dry, because when it's dry it's going to look something like this. It looks like this at the moment, which you can just about see, but you can still see the white of the glue. And when it dries, it's going to be all shimmery and look really nice like that. Then what we do, we need to cut it into strips. I've already cut some up and put some holes in. And I put a few lines down this to help me. You can do it long ways, so portrait, or you could do it on the short edge, landscape. It's up to you, but I'm going to do mine portrait to make it tall. I'm just going to cut a few more strips off as well for my lantern. You don't have to draw the lines on. They don't have to be exactly straight, but it just made it a little bit easier for me. Cut down, and I've done 2 sheets of red card. You could do it with 1, that's fine. And then I'm going to use my hole punch to put a hole near the bottom, which is where we're going to thread our pipe cleaner through, and a hole at the top as well. And if you haven't got a hole punch, that's fine. You could use a pencil to jab a hole through, put a rubber underneath to make it a bit easier. Then we choose our first pipe cleaner. I've got a nice glittery one, and this is going to go down the centre of my lantern. And I've just scrunched the bottom so my paper doesn't fall off. And you start by threading on one end of your glittery red paper. And you keep going for how many you want. You can do 1 at a time or 2 at a time. But you do need to make sure that the glittery side is on the bottom. So the plain side is on the top and the glittery side is on the bottom, because when we make our lantern, that's how we're going to see the lovely glittery side. So make sure you turn it over correctly. It can be a little bit fiddly, threading your paper through. I'm going to do a few at a time. You can do about 10, that would be a nice number, I think. I'm going to put all of mine on. Hole punch them. And the last few. And then when you've done threaded them on one end, this is a bit more tricky. You're going to push them down to the bottom. Looks a bit like that. Oh, I've got lots on there actually. And then going to fold it and thread them through at the top as well. I have to watch what I'm doing for this. Maybe one at a time. It's a bit more tricky. It doesn't look much like a lantern at the moment, does it? Push it down a bit further. Nearly done, ready to start making it look a bit more like a lantern. Okay. So now I've got all my strips attached at the bottom and they're all attached at the top, so I'm going to push it down a little bit so I can make a little bit of a loop, which is going to be a handle for my other pipe cleaner. It still doesn't look like a lantern until you start to unravel your beautiful red and gold card into a lantern shape or a ball shape or a sphere, and as you're peeling them round you can open them out. It's going to look something like that. Now if you wanted to, which I've not done before but I think I will this time, attach a little bit of sellotape to keep them secure at the top. You could do that. That will make it a bit easier. Put some inside there, I think. Okay. Fantastic. Then I'm going to use my red pipe cleaner, so I'll be able to hang it up. And to finish off, let's twist that. At the bottom of my lantern, and you can use anything that you've got in your house. I've got some of this glittery string. I'm just going to use a few of them. Oh, I think that'd be quite nice. And attach them at the bottom using a little bit of sellotape as well. You don't have to use gold, you can use lots of different colours. So the gold dangles down. Oh, and you can do it a little bit more neatly than me, I think. Let's pull those down. Let's attach that. And here we have our very own Chinese lantern, which I think looks absolutely lovely, that you can hang up in your house to celebrate Chinese New Year.